It is just before 4 p.m. on Monday, the 8th of September, 2025, and humidex values are still near 30 for parts of eastern and northeastern Newfoundland. That will change overnight as some cooler and drier air is moving in. We'll talk about your forecast after I thank tonight's sponsor, Heat Pump Solutions, serving the Avalon and Burin Peninsulas. Along with the humidity today, we have seen a good deal of shower activity, some rather heavy. It was on the west coast earlier, now it's primarily over central and eastern areas, and the showers will become less widespread and less numerous as the evening progresses. Now, you look at this radar image and you see a whole lot of rain to our south, and that is moving toward the northeast. But a cold front is going to begin to kind of shove that offshore before it gets to the Avalon Peninsula and southeastern Newfoundland. I guess fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it. In Labrador, we're also seeing some rain shower activity mainly along the coast right now, and as we take a closer look, or look more closely, I should say, some snow showing up on the simulated radar imagery for eastern areas of Quebec. It is certainly cooler in those areas behind a cold front, and that front is working its way to the east. It's a large cold front as well. It extends all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico, but to its east, we're looking at the warm southerly flow, the moist flow as well, and then the cool air coming in behind the front, and that will kind of oversweep or sweep over, better term, much of Atlantic Canada and the rest of Newfoundland as we go into tonight and tomorrow. So tomorrow, not going to be a whole lot cooler than today, but it's going to feel a lot more comfortable. Behind the front, look at those readings in parts of Quebec and Lab West. Only 8 degrees right now in Wabush, 12 degrees in Nain, but 19 in Corner Brook, 23 just before 4 p.m. in the city of St. John's. Our high today was roughly 24, give or take a couple tenths. Normal is 18.5, so another day of well above normal temperatures. And on top of that, today's high of 24 degrees makes it the 79th day this year with a high of at least 20 degrees at the International Airport of St. John's, which means we are tied now with 2012 and 2022 for most days with a high of at least 20 degrees on record at the airport going back to 1942. The question is, are we going to break this record? Well, as we look at the 7-day trend, no 20s there. Doesn't mean we're not going to break it. I mean, 19 on Wednesday is very close. 17, 18 Sunday, Monday are closer, but we get a bit of a cooling trend as we go throughout the mid part of the week. And the reason is our weather pattern is changing. So as we take a look at the jet stream, we've been in this pattern for the last couple of days with a big ridge of high pressure to our south. That has allowed that warm air to flood further north. As we go through tonight and tomorrow, that high slides eastward, and we get into a bit of a dippier weather pattern with respect to the jet stream, which means more bats of cooler air and more unsettled weather across much of the region over the next few days. And as we take a look at the cool air there in blue, you can see it does begin to kind of become a lot more widespread over Atlantic Canada and the northeastern corner of North America for the remainder of the week. Not to say we're not going to get another kind of bump in temperatures and moisture. It looks like we are come Thursday, but whether we get to 20 or not again this week remains to be seen. I do think it's going to happen before the end of the month. I just don't know if it's going to be over the next couple of days. But with this change, we get decreasing humidity levels overnight. We get cooler temperatures over the next couple of days. I know a lot of folks are going to be happy with that. And there's also the chance of some more rain coming in later in the week. Now, speaking of rain, we're seeing some showers and even some wet snow in parts of Quebec and Labrador right now. The showers over the island ease off as we go into the early morning hours of tomorrow, but the clouds may not. So if you're trying to see the moon tonight, which last night was full, tonight it's about 99.6% full. Central, western, even southern Newfoundland, your best bet to see the big almost full moon. Temperatures overnight dipping into the teens across Newfoundland. In Labrador, 2 degrees. In Wabush and Lab City overnight, not quite as chilly on the coast, where the rain showers persist, especially to the north of Hopedale. Now we take a look at your forecast for tomorrow with respect to future radar and cloud cover, and while Labrador starts dry and sunny, we see increasing cloud after lunchtime in the west with a chance of showers. On the island, the clouds are going to be stubborn in the southeast, meaning Burin Avalon, Bonavista Peninsulas off to the west. We're looking at primarily sunshine tomorrow. Sunshine for much of Labrador, except the west. Highs in the teens on the island tomorrow. In the east, mid to upper teens, central and west, low 20s, but much more comfortable than the last couple of days. Northern Peninsula, South Coast looking at mid to upper teens for a high tomorrow. Now we take a look at the forecast for Wednesday. Now, nothing here is overly impressive, but there are two pieces of energy I've got highlighted for you. Those are going to begin to merge a little bit as we go into Wednesday and Thursday, which will bring more unsettled rainy weather to Labrador as we go into Thursday, especially by late Thursday into, as we go into Wednesday night, and Thursday. My apologies there. On the island, Wednesday is quiet. Thursday may not be, as we have those two systems, those two pieces of energy trying to merge on Thursday, which will bring more widespread rain to parts of Labrador and the potential for some rain for southern and eastern Newfoundland on Thursday, not Wednesday, on Thursday, and that may linger into Friday. So your forecast for Wednesday looking at mid-teens to low 20s island wide. Looks like 19 degrees for the high in St. John's. And then we look ahead to Thursday, cooler, cloudier, with those rain chances, as I kind of just showed you there in the larger scale weather pattern. Into Labrador on Wednesday, temperatures into the teens. 18 degrees in Cartwright, that's the warmest spot. Second to Mary's Harbor, which will be the warmest spot at 19 degrees or close to it. And then cooler for Thursday as we have some rain in the south and the west and sunshine north, but only a high of 8 degrees in the north. If you're looking for a more detailed 7-day forecast for your location, be sure to get my app in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Sheerr Weather, SHEERR. If you can't find it, go to the website, sheerweather.ca, click on Get the App, and that will take you to the direct links for the app. Also, on the website, you can get my latest blog posts, check out the map room, and the provincial road cams. Have a very good Monday evening, and my next forecast update will be tomorrow. See you then.